Hey, caffeine, as we all know, in HOK, we've had Alessio with a grenade gun. Show Yue with a sniper. Wang Zhang with a tank. And Lu Ban with a bazooka. Now the machine gun has finally arrived in HOK. Due to our racer gangster become more and more savage and bullying HOK citizens, it's finally time to introduce the military era to restrict their savage spirit. If you're a shooting game lover, you'll definitely fall in love with this hero. Here's a secret, in the China version of HOK, this hero is super famous in high-tier matches with the highest win rate among marksmen. Many pro players use him to climb the ranks, so you still don't want to learn how to play him.
Okay.
In today's video, I'm diving into Mengya gameplay. I'll cover his role, item, and Arcana builds, his skills, including combos, and share some tips and tricks along the way. Mengya is Mozi's student, but his role, not a mage, is a marksman. He's a bit clumsy, so he's not suited for Clash Lane or jungle unless you've got dedicated support like Meng or Yaria following you around. And that's Mengya role in a nutshell. Let's dive into Mengya Arcana and item builds. For Arcana, we can take 10 Hunt, 10 Eagle Eye, and 10 Calamity. For item builds, we go with Boots of Dexterity, Shadow Ripper, Eternity Blade, Daybreaker, Sun Chaser, and the last item can be Siegebreaker, or Cuirass of Savagery, or Succubus Cloak, depending on the match situation. For shoes, you can swap to Boots of Resistance or Boots of Fortitude, again, depending on the situation.
Okay.
For common skills, you can bring either Flash, Sprint, or Purify, whichever you prefer. For me, I would prefer to use Sprint for Mengya, because I can run away faster. Now you may pause to screenshot if you need it. Overall, with Mengya, the focus is on attack speed due to his skill set, and that wraps up the item and Arcana builds. Now let's break down Mengya skills. First, Mengya passive skill, Fiery Temper. You'll notice a line below his health bar. We'll call it Mengya Anger Line. Every time you use a skill or basic attack, this line fills up. Once the anger line is full, Mengya enters his excited state, where all his skills get enhanced, and his cooldowns for the first and second skills are reduced. Plus, his attacks, including skills, will get a healing effect. If you keep attacking, the anger line stays full, but if you stop for 3 seconds, it slowly decreases. That's all for Mengya passive. Next, Mengya first skill, Awesome Barrage. It's like a machine gun. You hold the button to fire, and when you let go, it stops. But you can still use other skills or basic attacks, and you can keep firing until it needs to reload, which is cooldown. I'll break it down into 2 states to talk about his first skill. One state is without the excited state, another state is in the excited state. Let's talk about without the excited state. When you use his first skill, it only hits the target who is in front of you. And Mengya will reduce 50% of movement, which is a lot. It also increases the anger line, and after casting, the skill enters a cooldown. In the excited state, the bullets get a piercing effect, while hitting enemies behind, but only dealing 50% of the damage, and the firing speed increases. To take note, the firing speed is affected by your attack speed, so the higher your attack speed, the faster you fire, hence why I said earlier, focus on attack speed for Mengya. That's it for the first skill. Easy to understand, right? Now for his second skill, Heavy Shot. Mengya shoots a big bullet which will deal 1 damage. After a certain distance, it will split into 5 smaller bullets, which will deal another damage. If the bullets hit a wall or enemy, the bullets will rebound. Super cool, right? Like a firework. When an enemy is hit, their movement speed is reduced by 50% for 2 seconds. In the excited state, the split increases from 5 to 9 bullets. And like the first skill, using it increases the anger line. Clear? That's it for the second skill.
Okay.
Finally, let's talk about Mengya Ultimate, Missile Mayhem. When you hold the ultimate, Mengya scans the enemy's locations, and the longer you hold it, the wider the scan gets. It can cover almost 90% of the map. While scanning, his movement speed is increased by 50%. Once you release or the scan is complete, he fires missiles that deal damage to enemies, minions, or monsters that your teammates is killing. Subsequent hits to the same enemy deal 75% damage. The missiles fire for 8 seconds. In the excited state, the missile output speed is halved from 1 second to 0.5 seconds, firing much faster. To take note, a bigger scan doesn't mean more damage, it just increases the distance of the missiles, similar to Zya Ultimate. Oh yes, if you're interested in a Zya tutorial, click the top right link to learn in detail how to play Zya. Back to Mengya. Therefore, once the scan range is enough, please release it immediately. And that's it for Mengya Ultimate. For combo skills, normally we can start with the ultimate, then use the second skill to slow the enemy and use the first skill to strafe, which is 3-2-1. Or you can use the second skill first to slow down the enemies, then output our ultimate, followed by the first skill, which is 2-3-1. That's Mengya combo skills, as easy as ABC, right? Let's wrap it up with some Mengya gameplay tips and tricks. At the start of the game, we usually pick the first skill, but don't use it to kill minions immediately, because we are not in the excited state doesn't have a piercing effect. If the enemy kills you and your first skill doesn't hit them, then you only can retreat. That's why some Mengya players lose to the enemy marksman in the early stage, so take note for this. We can attack the back minions or enemy first, and when your anger line is close to full, then we can use first skill to clear the wave. Another tip, as we mentioned in the early Mengya, second skill deals damage twice, once before it splits and once after. Then how can we hit twice damage into the target? To hit the same target twice, keep a certain distance, like 1 centimeter away from the target, and then we output. So both the big and small bullets hit. Last but not least, you can use Mengya first and second skills to check bushes. If you fire into a bush and your anger line increases, or there's a bullet effect, there's an enemy hiding inside. Understood? Besides that, you might be confused about which deals more damage, Mengya's first skill or his basic attack. Well, here's the answer. Mengya's first skill deals more damage than his basic attack, whether it's early or late in the game. However, don't underestimate his basic attack damage, it is still very high. You can see here that I can take out Wooyan with just basic attacks. So in conclusion, if you're facing enemies with a lot of dashes, like Jing or Luna, then obviously basic attacks are more useful than the first skill. But if you're facing a group of enemies with fewer dash attacks, the first skill will be better due to its piercing effect, allowing you to hit multiple enemies at the same time. Last tip for here, before a team fight, try to charge your anger line as much as possible by using a basic attack. Entering a fight in the excited state with your combo skills will maximize your damage. That's all for Mengya Guide. If you learned something from this video, feel free to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more HOK info. See you in the next video.
Triple kill.